Hello and welcome to
Yay!
our live stream for this evening.
We're finally live. It always
Yeah.
takes us forever to do this.
Yeah, and our goal is that we want to talk to you a little bit about our previous. Oh, I did not think about. I want to talk to you about our about 2024 and some of the things that we did last year, and then also talk to you about 2025 and some of the things that we plan to do this coming year. And then also we're looking forward to connecting with people. And one of the other goals that we want to have is to recommend that you connect with us on Instagram too, because we have a pretty decent sized YouTube audience. But we also want to be able to connect more often, so we plan to do some more live streams in the coming year, in the upcoming year. So we have some plans to talk to you about some of the topics for our live streaming, and so we're excited about that. And I think we're ready to go. And it looks like we've got 6 watching now. So tell us where you're watching from as well, and then let us tell us some things in the comment section here, because we would love to be able to interact with you throughout this live stream. First thing is that we want to talk a little bit about last year and some of the things that happened on our channel throughout the past year. And so what I plan to do is bring up some of those videos on the screen behind us so that you can continue to, so you can kind of get a visual aid on what's going on there. So
We're gonna try to get through this video without the kids bothering too much, but they're gonna do that because that's what they do.
yeah, right now they're listening to some Jungle Book music,
Yeah.
and also eating lots and lots of snacks in the other room.
We brought out the big jar of the cheese balls for this occasion, so hopefully that keeps them entertained for a little while at least.
Yeah. So, well, the video that's playing right now was that we started last year with our with something that was kind of trending in the YouTube space, was how YouTube changed our lives. And part of the reason that I recorded that was last year and the early part of the year, we were sort of at a pivotal moment for trying to decide what direction we really wanted to take with our channel, because prior to that, our channel was really focused on being very search based and doing like the best things to do in each town, and trying to attract viewers on the basis of those things like across Florida. But we realized that we needed to kind of like narrow down our focus, because the fact is that when your videos are for everybody, they're not for anybody. So we were getting a lot of very search-based traffic, but we weren't really getting anybody who would really stay and watch our channel more than that. So doing that particular video gave us the opportunity to talk about what our channel was going to be about, and what the history of our channel was, and why we got it started, and kind of go back to like the early days of our channel for that, which was really that in 2020 our schedules were changed so much and everybody's life was impacted by that. And actually, I have a pretty busy job that requires a lot, but when 2020 happened, it altered my schedule quite a bit and forced me to just kind of sit down and be at home with my family. And that wasn't necessarily a bad thing. Alaina's job started back, and she was working on Saturdays. And then I usually would have been really busy on Saturdays, but instead I found myself like I was watching Vivian. And so I was just kind of like, I wake up, take Alaina to work, and then drive back home, and then turn on Mickey Mouse Clubhouse on the television, and then just doze in and out of consciousness on the couch while Vivian watched Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. And then I would make lunch, and then put her down for a nap and take a nap myself, and then afterwards go pick up Alaina from her job. But I really felt like I was missing an opportunity to really make memories with our family. And so I figured that with all that extra time that I had available, I would just look for things to do across the state, because the whole world comes and vacations in our state, and there are world-class destinations available all across Florida. So I thought that I would go and explore those things with Vivian while, and so we had, so there were a lot of daddy-daughter adventures in those early days. And then we would take our one day off during the week to go and explore like a different city or a different destination. And that's really how we got started. But eventually we've come to realize that the larger majority of our audience are young families with small children. And we've learned that with all of our traveling all over the state, that we developed a skill for being able to travel with our little kids. Because actually, the story even before that was that Alaina and I used to go and do a bunch of things together, but then whenever we had Vivian, we stopped for a little while.
Yeah, because I think when you have a young baby, you automatically think, well, now I can't do anything because I have to pack up the baby, and there's so much stuff that comes with, traveling with a child, and, the baby's on a routine and a schedule, so we just stopped doing stuff. But then we figured, we have all this time that we could be doing these things. We could be making a whole lot of memories, and we're not doing that. So, we started this so that we could, implement some of these things and help other families travel with young children, because it is necessary to travel with young children sometimes. And sometimes you need a checklist, and that's what I like to do.
Yeah, and so actually, in light of those checklists and stuff, we actually leaned into that a little bit this year. We did a video where we talked about how we prep and pack for our trip to our trips to Disney World. And then Vivian got sick, so we ended up not going. But I actually think that it would be worthwhile for us to try to redo that video, maybe with a slightly different angle on that. And you can tell us in the comment section below if there are any of those kinds of videos that seem to help you.
We're trying to figure out how to pull up the chat. We can't figure out where the
chat
is.
It doesn't seem like
So
maybe nobody is commenting. It just seems kind
somebody
of
comment
silent.
so we know if we're on the chat or not. We can't see it.
Let's see, live chat. Maybe all messages there.
Welcome to live
Oh, well,
chat.
we did get somebody who said that they're listening from New York.
So
So,
cool. So
that
where
did
is
come
it?
in. It's not coming up on.
It's not coming up on our screen. Commenting. Somebody else commented. Okay, Victoria, you're the real MVP.
There's
we can't open it.
there's a thing that says open panel
we
to
can
join
see
conversation.
it on the phone, but we can't see it on the computer screen. And on the phone, it's really tiny.
I'm gonna refresh.
We're just trying to figure this out. We don't go live often, obviously, so you're gonna have to bear with us.
Well, part of the reason that we don't do it more often is that actually,
because of our kids.
right, there's a lot of spontaneity involved with the kids. We don't always know what's gonna happen. And
I'm afraid somebody's gonna run out here without pants on, and just I'm being honest. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna start screaming so
yeah, so we did get some comments that came up. So we did
Yay.
live chat there, and then those messages will come up here.
okay.
And then
We'll just have to keep
I
an eye
wish
on
it would not have this learn more thing coming up. There's this
that's
there's
crazy.
this YouTube notification that is on the screen that keeps us from being able to. So I just have Victoria commenting. So thanks, Victoria.
You're the best.
Yeah, you're the one this evening. I wish that would go away. YouTube could stand to do something with their,
Yeah, it's like a little
Oh, there it
paragraph.
is.
A little
Yeah.
paragraph over there that won't go
but it's
away.
not staying up. Whatever. So
Yeah, well.
so we did the pack and prep stuff. So that was fun. And then so we started with that. But then also we did a series this year about the top one, about things. Oh, there we go. Victoria's still commenting.
Thanks,
So
Victoria.
yeah,
You're the best.
everybody else is just watching and not saying anything.
They're trying to figure out what
Oh, there it
it
is.
is. Okay.
Right down here. It's in a weird section on
Okay,
our browser.
we found it. We found
Maybe
it.
the reason people aren't commenting is because they're having similar issues.
Yeah, maybe so.
So, they can't find it either. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, we got to figure it out. We had the idea that we
20
would
minutes later.
leave our laptop up so that we could see the chats, and then that wasn't
Now
going
we
to
can see the chat. Now we can see the chats. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we'll move on.
This is one of the reasons we get nervous about live streaming too. So then we did a series of videos about our top, how we only spend $100 when we eat at Disney World for a day. And a
Which
lot
is
of that
not
was just
easy to
sharing
do.
meals and eating
Yeah.
at the counter service restaurants. But one of the great things about Disney World, though, by the way, that some people may not realize is that some of the theme parks do not allow you to bring food in. We're looking at SeaWorld and Busch Gardens.
Yeah, SeaWorld is the worst.
And SeaWorld and Busch Gardens food is not cheap. But food that's even more expensive and overrated than that is Legoland. But Legoland will let you bring food into the park.
It's
And
true.
they do have some new picnic table areas.
Yep.
Um,
So props to them. They know their food's gross, so they allow you to bring your own food in. And so does Disney. Disney lets you bring in
yeah,
food.
and Disney lets you bring in food. So that's good.
We'll give them that.
And then the next set of videos that we did going into 2024. I feel like that this is, I scrolled back too far on this. Shell Island, Daytona. Hurricane Ian.
Hello, Jennifer. We just got our comment section pulled up, so now I can see people.
Oh, good. Yes, from Maryland.
Cool. Is it cold up there? I feel like it's cold. It's about to get cold here, actually, in Florida. We're about to have a cold snap.
Oh,
it's about to be the coldest it's been in like decades, and we're not ready. So it's supposed to be really cold where we are. So y'all say a prayer for us. It's gonna get cold.
The next video that we wanted to talk about a little bit was, we did this video where we did like the free, like we went to Disney World for free. So one of the things that had happened to us before was that we, when we didn't live in the area, when we would come down and pass through Orlando, if we had the idea we wanted to go to Disney World and we didn't have park tickets, then we felt like the only option was to go to Disney Springs. But there's actually other stuff you can do around Disney World
So
that
much
doesn't
stuff.
require park tickets. There's a McDonald's on property, which isn't really that special. But one of our favorite things to do is to park at Disney Springs and then resort hop to
Yep,
the
with
different
buses.
resorts
You
and
can
stuff.
use the buses
So.
to go to all the resorts.
Yes, Vivian?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, how sweet. I
She's
got a craft.
yeah, she's really into arts and crafts right now. So, but she loves to give us things.
Because Pierce called her stupid.
Oh, she's trying to communicate a message to us.
I guess this is Pierce, and he called her stupid. STOOPET. Fun part about having a first grader that's learning phonetically how to sound things out. So.
One of the things that we were discussing and that I put on our Instagram stories earlier, though, was I found a reel that was kind of an explanation of why your children experience sibling rivalry and stuff. And that's something we're really working through with our kids is they're kind of in the sibling rivalry stage. And
Oh, they fight all the time.
yeah. They really have done really well since just before Christmas and then now. But that's one of the things about having them in the other room is calling each other names. So
Stupid.
we're kind of working through that. But what were we talking about? Oh, going to Disney World for free. I actually feel like there was even more that we would really like to be able to cover with that. But we didn't get to it yet. Then we took Pierce to Dinosaur World for his birthday.
Oh, that was
so
fun.
that was a lot of fun for his birthday last year. And his birthday is coming up again soon. And so we were working on some plans for that. We think we have something picked out for that. But something kind of in the works and it's sort of pending. Like we have like a backup plan just in case. But we have like a couple of potential ideas. There's something I'm really leaning toward. I don't want to say what it is because it might not work out, and I don't want them to be disappointed if it doesn't. So, but yeah, that's coming up soon. And then let's see, we released our video about the best beach towns in Florida. So these are kind of like our favorite beach towns that we visited. And full disclaimer, well, I don't know. I think we had a combination of places that were kind of touristy, tourist trappy, but also some places that were sort of quiet and underrated.
Yeah, I think, it just depends on what you're looking for. We love Sarasota. I love Sarasota.
Yeah,
I like
Siesta Key
the
is
West
so
Coast is the nicest. They have nicer beaches. Panhandle, excellent. Panhandle's more touristy though.
Yeah.
So, we like Sarasota a lot.
What's playing on the screen right now, though, those scenes are from Flagler Beach, Florida.
Oh, yeah,
and-
Flagler was interesting.
Yeah, Flagler's a quirky little town.
It's got some character, if
Yeah.
that's what you're into. We like that.
I think Flagler is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mostly, I think because of Whamburger.
Yeah, Wamburger's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and
and
the
it's
whole
right
town
there
is
on the
just real
beach.
cute and quirky.
They call it Mayberry by the Sea.
Yeah, it's
And then
nice.
this project to do the 9 best botanical gardens took us 4 years.
Yeah, we did that for a long time.
Yeah, because we just kind of picked them up as we were going to the various towns, so we didn't intentionally say, oh, we're going to go to the 10 best botanical gardens in this order.
It just kind of happened.
Well, right. It was on my radar to eventually do some lists of the best in Florida. So a couple of videos to keep a watch out for are the best zoos in Florida, because at this point we've been to just about
Almost
every
all of
zoo.
them.
Yeah, I think
The
I found.
exception of how many have we not been to?
I don't know that, but I do know that I learned that there was a zoo in Crestview, Florida that I didn't know existed, and we haven't been there.
No.
And it's Crestview. I'm not
I
trying
don't know
to.
where that is.
It's in the Panhandle. It's really
Oh,
small.
okay.
But we've been to just about every major zoo in Florida, and I'm not talking about just animal attractions. I'm talking about Brevard Zoo,
Official
Central
zoos.
Florida Zoo, Miami Zoo, a Zoo Tampa, and things like that, and then the Jacksonville Zoo. So I think we could make a definitive top best zoos in Florida list at this point. And another thing we've accumulated over time are dining experiences. And we have a definite list of the top 5 best restaurants in Florida. But the reason we've held off on producing that video is because there's one restaurant that we have been to, but we didn't video it when we went.
And it needs to be videoed.
Yes, yeah, in order for
So.
us to, yeah. But it was, it's in Sarasota.
Yeah, our favorite
And,
place with
yeah.
our favorite restaurant.
Well, I guess probably I could mention that it's called Der Dutchman.
Oh,
there
so good.
there are 2 Amish restaurants that are really well known in Sarasota, and I think one of them is called Yoder's, and we haven't been there. But Der Dutchman we have been to, and it was excellent. And we went with some friends, but we did not video it. So
Yeah. But we love a buffet. If you
Yeah.
know good buffets in Florida, we're gonna film it.
yeah.
Yeah, buffets hate to see us coming. And Mexican restaurants.
Fred's in Plant City. Well, there are actually a few Fred's around, but we've been to the one in Plant City. We did that on the day we went to Dinosaur World, so
Oh,
that was a lot of
good,
fun.
Good. That one was a good one.
So, and then we went over to Naples. Finally, it took us a long time to get to Naples, and actually, this one was one where we intentionally went over to get to the zoo so that we can make that zoo video. And then it's a whole year later, and I haven't done it yet. I have the script written, and we visited all the zoos.
We're busy people.
Yeah, I haven't been able to make that video yet. I just have to set aside some time to shoot it. And then this was the Naples Botanical Garden. This was another one where I wanted to finish that botanical garden list. And
that was a good one.
yeah, that's probably I would say this is the Naples Botanical Garden is one of the best in Florida for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
I loved that one. That one was a beautiful garden.
I think McKee Botanical Gardens, Naples.
There's one in Sarasota. Is that the Marie?
Yeah, the Marie Selby
Selby
Botanical
one? Yeah, that one
Gardens.
was pretty too.
Then there's one the Murakami Museum and Gardens.
Yeah, I always forget about
And-
that one. That one's good too.
Yeah, the Murakami Museum and Gardens in
Oh, St. Pete. Have we been to that one?
no, we haven't.
Put that on our list.
No, we need to
haven't.
check that one out.
Yeah,
So we haven't been to every one in Florida, but we
that'd be a couple years in the making.
yeah
a couple more
we're still
years.
we're still working on it. So
And haven't we been to most aquariums too?
yeah, and actually one of the things we'll mention in just a little bit is that we have plans to go to the Clearwater Marine Aquarium for the first time. So you were talking about the West Coast, and one of the places that we need to spend a little more time is Clearwater, because Clearwater is a huge family destination. And I actually think making some more videos about Clearwater. It's really hard for us to make it over to the Tampa area. It is a hike from where we live to get over to Tampa. so whenever we go when we go to the Tampa Bay area, we have to make sure that we plan to get up really early, drive over there, or get a hotel overnight. So,
but it's worth it because it's really nice over there.
yeah. What's playing behind me though is the next thing that we did last year was that we actually had started a partnership with St. Augustine's Tourism Board, and we did a couple of things with them. And then I reached out to them to get to the colonial experience, because when we visited St. Augustine, we didn't make it there. But we wanted to try to do a top best things to do in St. Augustine video. And we didn't, and we wanted to be able to compare this one to like the colonial experience to the Fountain of Youth. And so that video is planned, and we do plan to, I will be releasing a best things to do in St. Augustine video soon, which I'm really looking forward to because we love St. Augustine, and we have a pretty good playlist already of St. Augustine content on our channel, so we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, St. Augustine's a must-see if you are coming to Florida for something other than Disney World in Orlando. We love St. Augustine. A lot of history. If you like history, you'll like St. Augustine.
Yeah. And I love history cities. We did Savannah on our channel very early on, and I would love to go back and do some more Savannah stuff. And Alaina's been to Charleston, but I never have.
Yeah, Charleston's nice too.
And I grew up in Virginia, and I've never gotten to spend time in Williamsburg. Like, our family would drive through for different reasons, but I just never got to do it. I've also always wanted to go to Old Salem. My public school, when I was growing up, we used to take a trip they used to do a field trip to Old Salem. But I think I was sick that day, so I didn't get to go. So that was disappointing. And then we went to New Orleans. So along the lines of like really historic cities, New Orleans is pretty cool in some ways. Like, I have some good memories that stick out, but I also remember being like, I don't know, is it like a little let down? Would that be?
Yeah, we're just not New Orleans people. We're, beach people and beach town people.
Yeah, we went in the wintertime. It was really cold, and I don't know. We did also, we're so like, we were just young marrieds. Right. I was still in college.
Yeah, we might not have done it correctly, so.
And
see, Jennifer says we need a good cabana in the beachfront Hyatt Clearwater. Girl, you speaking my language. I'd love to stay in a cabana.
Yes.
We'll see when we get a sponsorship for that place.
Yeah,
the beachfront Hyatt.
Yeah, we should reach out to them. Maybe they would let us do that, and we could stay there as a part of our coverage for Clearwater or something.
Yes, I would love that.
So.
I'm trying to see what we're eating here. Oh, is that St.
Oh,
Augustine?
yeah, Mojo's Barbecue. Actually, one of the things about St. Augustine was, so I find that like some of the cities in Florida are lacking in the culinary areas.
Yeah.
Like, there are certain areas of Florida, though, that I feel like have pockets of pretty good food.
Yeah.
And St. Augustine is surprisingly one of them.
Yeah, it has good food. And we're good food people. Like, we love a good Mexican restaurant, but we are Southern. So we love a good meat and three buffet, macaroni and cheese, green beans. And there's not a lot of that here in Florida. So when we find something like that, it's going on our channel.
Yeah, St. Augustine had a lot of good food options. I was very pleased with that. And also, surprisingly enough, Pompano. When we went to Pompano back in, I want to say that was 2023. What I did was I reached out to like the Facebook community of for Pompano. Pompano has like a Facebook group. So I reached out to that group and said, okay, what are your favorite local restaurants? And they gave me this huge long list. And we went to a couple of pretty decent places, but the list of recommendations was, I mean, it just seemed like there were really a lot of really cool options down there.
We need to get back down there
and Polk County, actually, Central Florida.
I feel like Polk County is Southern though.
It is, but I'm just saying that like we really like the food options
Yeah.
in Polk County.
Legoland food, no, negative.
But the restaurants
area,
around it, yeah.
the food around Legoland, yes.
We actually made a
good.
video about that. I don't remember when I released it, if that was a 2023
Yeah, I saw
or
it
a
in the lineup, but I don't remember where it
Yeah,
was.
I think that might have been a 2023 video.
That's worth watching if you're going to Legoland and you don't want to eat there.
Yeah, because we realized that was an audience that needed to be served.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I'm going to keep scrolling down here. Our next big video that we did. Oh, when I took this was my first time. When we went I did a video where we did, took the kids to SeaWorld by myself. Alaina had some other engagement. Like, I think it was probably, she was with like a ladies group at church or something. So I took the kids by myself to SeaWorld, and that turned out pretty good. That was kind of a fun day.
Yeah, better than the Disney trip by yourself.
Yeah, that ended up happening at the end of the summer. So
That went better than that trip.
yeah. And then let's see. Oh, and then our annual Panhandle trip came up last year, and we'll be doing that again, heading back up to the Panhandle. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in the second half of this video when we talk about what we're doing next year. And then we went to Weeki Wachee Springs for the first time to finally satisfy all of you all. We only got 455 views on that video, but I cannot tell you how many people have been have messaged us and stuff and told us we need to go to Weeki Wachee Springs. I don't know if there was a problem with the way that I put the video together. Maybe if I just change it so that it actually says Weeki Wachee Springs instead of like the thumbnail was focused on the mermaids. So maybe you can tell me if you've actually watched that. But so many people commented and told us that we needed to go to Weeki Wachee Springs and that we needed to make a video about Weeki Wachee Springs. And we did, and only 455 people. But I have heard that from other creator friends who are like, your whole audience can tell you need to do something, and then, it's just a bunch of, like a handful of like louder people. And like, that doesn't necessarily mean that's going to get a lot of views. And then we got invited to, Rapids Water Park in Riviera.
Oh, that was a fun day.
Yeah, in Riviera Beach, Florida, just outside of West Palm Beach. And
we rode this thing.
Yeah, it is it's America's longest, maybe.
The dueling.
It's America's
raft.
largest, and it is Florida's first ever dueling water coaster. And
we did that for the video.
Yeah, we were glad to do it. She doesn't like to get her hair wet.
No, I don't. I don't like being wet. I like to sit next to the pool. I don't like to be in the pool.
And
so.
it was cold that day because they
Yeah.
were trying to get ahead of it was part of their marketing campaign to try to put out content and videos ahead of the summer season. But man, it was cold the day we went. Yeah. So
we did it. We did it twice.
Oh man.
Or did we do it three times? No, twice.
I think twice.
Well, we only did it twice because the first time we did it, he was in the front of the raft and the camera was not pointing out. It was pointing up. So then we had to do it again so that I could do the camera.
Oh, I think we still rode the same way, but the same way both times because the heavier person has to be in the back. I think it's it actually has to be a certain way. And although I will say this, I was really glad for the way that the scale is. When you get on the scale at the top, it underestimates your weight.
You're skinnier
Yeah.
at Rapids. So if you're feeling bad about yourself, just go to Rapids Water Park
and
get
step
on their
on the
scale.
yeah, step on the scale.
Oh, I'm so skinny today.
Yeah, it was fun to do that, but that video was a lot about how we don't really like to ride on water slides, but that we
Sorry,
rode on this one
Rapids.
anyway. And
we like to eat at buffets.
And that it was actually we had a good time on the slide.
Yeah, it was fun.
But
we had
was
fun.
cold. The interesting thing about that, the way that I don't know if you've been, maybe you can tell us if you've been on a water coaster before, but a water coaster, of course it has the slide qualities, but then it'll have parts that kind of shoot you back uphill, and it uses the equivalent of pressure cleaner nozzles.
Yeah.
So if you it's not as strong of a blast as an industrial pressure cleaner or whatever, but to blast you up the hill. And then when you get up to the top of the hill, though, because of the angle of the water, all the water is shooting up. So what goes up must come back down. It all comes down and like a waterfall on top of you. And so there's just no way to ride it without getting soaked. And
Yeah, we heard people screaming on it, and he thought it was because they were like dropping
like maybe
the
adrenaline,
raft,
yeah.
and
'Cause-
that there was like drops. But no, it's because of the water propellers.
Yeah, because maybe you know that I don't actually like roller coasters.
I
so
love 'em.
I was concerned that it was
I
going to
like
have...
roller coasters without water, though.
So that was kind of a fun one. And then we did a series of like Disney tip videos. I probably could have done a better job at like spreading out that content this year. I do think we leaned into the Disney space quite a bit more this past year. And we'll talk about what that means for like 2025. But we were kind of following the lead of like some sponsorships that we had gotten in order to do that. Because, you know, we really weren't getting like sponsorship dollars around going to, you know, the other destinations around Florida. But frankly, we didn't really just want to be a theme park channel because there's so many Florida vloggers and that's all that it is. And we really want to do more travel, so we'll talk a little bit more about that. And then we did our best things to do in Jacksonville video, which was just a compilation list video from several other trips that we had made to Jacksonville and kind of went to a destination here and there, whatever, while we were on our way to and from other places sometimes, because Jacksonville is basically South Georgia, so you know you have to intentionally go there for that. And then
The best part of the year.
Yes, I think this was the highlight, and
Yes.
this content is really driving our channel views right now.
Yeah, people be loving them cruises.
When we did our first videos about a cruise on our channel. Like 2023, late 2023, we made a video about going on the Celebrity Silhouette and Labadee Haiti and stuff at that time. And that was the first time we had made a video about a cruise. It was our third cruise together since we've been married. But it was our first time videoing about it. And then, so this past year, we had been paying on this. She filled out this slip at a Mexican restaurant. I mean, are you surprised? Like, this is the story right behind us.
And it kept saying it's free, it's free cruise, free, Bahamas free. It wasn't free.
Right. So we
was
filled
not
out
free.
the slip, and and then I think everybody wins.
Yeah.
So
It's a scam. They get your number and your name, and that way you're in the system forever and ever, and you're still gonna pay. Oh, I went to Cocoa, Florida. Awesome.
yeah. Oh,
Hi.
that video has done really well.
Yeah,
we did
we
a
love
Cocoa Beach
Cocoa.
video, maybe later in this past year.
Yep.
But yeah, so the cool thing from that was that we ended up going on the Margaritaville at Sea, which, full disclaimer, that was not the name of the cruise ship when we first won the trip. Originally, when we won that free trip, it was the Bahamas Celebration. Don't touch it, buddy. It was the Bahamas Celebration. But then in 2020, when they were challenged, that cruise line ended up changing hands. And Margaritaville at Sea bought them out, or the Margaritaville Resorts decided to go into cruising. So that's a really cheap cruise that you can take in Florida, is the Margaritaville at Sea. And it's like $100 per night, and sometimes kids sell free. So you can check their promotional offers. They have a lot of ads that they run on Facebook. But it's an older cruise ship, and it gets a lot of hate because it's cheaper.
We don't care about that kind of stuff. You know, like, we're not super fancy or anything, so we had fun, and we'll probably do it again.
Right.
We liked it.
I do think that it has a reputation for being a booze cruise, because it's a short cruise, it's inexpensive, and a lot of people do board it for the drink package and stuff. But we're not drinkers, and and I think because of that reputation, some people the video angle that we went with was that we took our kids on this cruise.
Yeah.
And I think people were concerned about like whether or not it was actually a family environment. But for us, it was because we didn't stay up all hours of the night and stuff. Our kids go to bed at like 8 usually. So.
And by kids, he means me as well.
Right. Alaina goes to bed early too.
Stop.
So we weren't like staying up super late and like doing crazy stuff. So actually, we didn't find that we were exposed to a lot of poor behavior on the cruise.
Yeah,
So
I thought it was fine.
it was family oriented for us. I will, however, say something we didn't cover in that video was that we were awakened by some like screaming and yelling in the.
Some lady came
in
out
the
in the hallway
hallway.
and started screaming at like 3 a.m. and people
Yeah.
were screaming at her and she was screaming back.
So maybe that negates everything I just now said,
Yeah.
but that was the only experience we had.
Yeah.
That was kind of bad. So Pierce has discovered he's watching himself on the video and he thinks it's funny that he can do it and it's not an exact mirror. There's like
There's a delay.
yeah, there's like a couple of second delay. So,
That's what he said.
and he's exploring that. But that vacation that we ended up doing from the Bahamas also included staying for, was it 5 nights? I think it was 5 nights.
Yeah, it was a long.
5 nights at an all-inclusive resort. And we had never stayed in an all-inclusive before. So that was a unique experience for us. And it gave us the opportunity to explore Freeport, Bahamas, which we had never been to before. And maybe an unpopular opinion, but I think that I prefer Freeport over Nassau.
Ooh, I do 100%.
Yeah.
I don't like Nassau.
And then we, this year when we bought our SeaWorld passes, we wanted to make sure that included Aquatica because we've been putting together a series of videos about water parks across Florida. So we went to Aquatica for the first time and really enjoyed that. They have a really good kids play area.
Yeah, we liked Aquatica. That's probably one of my favorite water parks that we've been to. I liked
Yeah.
it more than the Disney one.
Yeah,
that we went
Typhoon
to.
Lagoon.
Yeah, I liked it a lot better. So that was a good choice.
There
for
are a
us.
couple more water parks that are on our radar that are not necessarily in the Orlando area that I think we want to check out. But then also, we haven't been to Island H2O for like the actual water park. We've only ever gone to Island H2O for the Christmas event. So, Pierce is attacking the cat, by the way, off camera, which is why.
Sorry.
Poor Nala.
She's also one of the videos this year.
Yeah, she was one of the additions to the family this year. But Volcano Bay is something that we really want to hit up. And maybe this will be a Volcano Bay year. It just depends on budget. Because it's really competitive to get hosted by Universal. And we don't have Universal passes. It just doesn't make sense for us for Universal passes with our kids' age. We did do Islands of Adventure and did like Islands of Adventure with a toddler. The Seuss Landing is really cool. And I guess now there's the DreamWorks land in Universal. So we could go and check that out and see if that's something. Vivian's probably aging into that a little bit. Might be an interesting perspective for Pierce as our resident toddler at this time. And he sees things differently than she does. So,
Yep.
so I think it'll be some new experiences there. So along the lines of having gone on the cheapest cruise, we decided to try the cheapest water park resort too. And we survived
We did.
that. The room smell was a little musty.
Yeah.
And the water park was a little small. And the on-site restaurant was really slow. So
Yeah. Not a whole lot there.
yeah. It was like, I think I got it for something like $35 or $40 per night or something. And we stayed for
It was about worth that.
2 nights, I think.
Yeah, we did
So,
2 nights.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we would do that again. But then we did the world's largest Marriott. And
That was nice.
I think I had planned to make a couple of videos with this one, like one like tour and review video, and then another one that was like a story about our stay there. But I ended up combining those two things. because we were sick.
Yeah, we were sick on that trip, so.
Which we were sick on the, that was in the month of August. We were sick for like
that
a
whole
whole
month.
month.
Yeah, so.
It just seemed like it was not going to end.
Yeah.
So that was why I didn't do more with that. And then we took our kids to a Virginia Lake Beach for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So
They
that
kept
was
asking
fun.
us if there were alligators in the water. Is there alligators in here? I'm like, no, it's not Florida.
And then we did Animal Kingdom for the second time, that Animal Kingdom Lodge. And I was really surprised to learn that there are people who did not know that Animal Kingdom Lodge it exists. Like they didn't know that exists. But like literally there is a hotel on Disney property or a resort on Disney property where you can stay with a Savannah View room, and animals are right outside your hotel room.
Yeah, there's giraffes like at your balcony. You can see them from your balcony, and zebras. And our kids love that because when we got there, it was nighttime, and all the cows had come out. I don't even know if they were cows. What were they? It
was
some kind of animal.
Yeah, some kind of African
steer.
steer.
Mooing, and the kids thought that was so funny. They could hear them and see them right outside of our balcony.
Yeah, they were mooing in the middle of the night, and actually, you could see them like taking their horns and like
they were
throwing dirt in the air. Yeah, so we captured some of that on video.
Mm-hmm.
But that Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village, has an excellent children's splash pad area, and that's the reason that we really wanted to go back there, because we were off, because that was actually a hosted stay, and the DVC rental store was hosting us, and which, by the way, they're not sponsoring this video, but I would mention that a really inexpensive way to stay in deluxe resorts on Disney property without the deluxe price tag is to rent from a Disney Points reseller, like DVC rental store. You can see them.
That's where the cow is. I don't know what the actual name of that animal is. It's not a cow. I know that, but.
Well, the way that we could identify the animals is that you can actually get a scavenger hunt guide while you're at the resort. And the scavenger hunt guide lets you be able to, and I'm really red in this video because I was literally sunburned. We were doing hurricane relief that day. So I had spent the whole day outside passing out supplies all day. Yeah. And then we drove up to this resort and stayed overnight. It was like Columbus Day weekend time frame. And anyway, but you can stay on Disney property. Oh, I was talking about the scavenger hunt. The scavenger hunt, you can get the scavenger guide from guest services or Bell Services down in the lobby of the hotel. And then Vivian is old enough now that she can walk around the resort and check all of the animals off of the list.
She loved doing that.
So that was fun, learning about the animals and identifying them, because with each animal, I think also includes a little information about them too. And so that was really fun. Then, if you happen to go to DVC rental store though, tell them that AikenAdventures sent you. And that would be a huge help to our channel as well, because we would like to be able to continue our partnership with them so that we can continue to tell you even more about deluxe Disney resorts. So so that would be a huge help to us. But also, we went to the Daytona Aquarium, so we really appreciated Daytona. The Daytona Tourism Board for hosting us for that, because this is a brand new attraction that just opened, and they're actually continuing to expand it. So right now, it just has the aquarium side, but there's going to be a rainforest side, and they're going to be mammals. So right now they have reptiles and snakes, and they have.
They didn't have snakes yet.
Oh, they didn't?
That was part of what they were building.
Oh, the snakes.
The reptiles. They didn't have snakes.
Well, they did have reptiles.
I always look for the snakes.
Yeah, so they had reptiles and they had fish, and there's a giant shark tank and a giant stingray tank. What was really awesome about this aquarium and the stingray area, for example, is that because it's not as big as some of the other Florida aquariums, and because it's fairly new, then Vivian got to spend a lot of time petting the stingrays.
That's her favorite thing to do.
Yeah, there weren't a whole bunch of other kids crowding her out. So that it's worth the drive to check that out. And also, tomorrow's Friday. So tomorrow, a brand new video is dropping of our updated best things to do in Daytona, just ahead of the Daytona 500 is in February. So people are going to start searching for that. So we're dropping that video. So that's coming out tomorrow. That's pretty cool. And then, did we address the comment we got there?
Oh, let's see.
So the Happy
Tiki.
Tiki.
Oh, awesome.
Happy New Year.
Where are you from?
16 of us watching. Oh my goodness.
It's a big group.
Well, there are 16 people on right now. Is that what you're referring to? Or are there 16 people in your house? So that would be crazy.
That's awesome.
We all absolutely love your channel. We all wish you a prosperous and abundant year. May all your dreams and wishes come true.
Oh, nice.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Yay, 2025.
Then, let's see. Then we went to the SeaWorld Christmas celebration.
Which we love.
This video did
Love
better
SeaWorld
this year
Christmas.
than it's done in the past. So that may be a tribute to the timing of it.
That's true.
Because I did get there a little sooner this time.
Yeah, I think that's the
So,
rule.
oh man. And then we did a second video on Animal Kingdom Lodge, by the way. And this one was, the first one was more of like a story video where we focused on like our experience staying there. But this time, because we've stayed there twice, we went back and did a video of stuff that we wish we knew before we stayed there the first time.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about Animal Kingdom Lodge video, be sure, Animal Kingdom Lodge, be sure to go over and check out those videos because that was a really cool experience. And then you want to talk about Nala.
Oh, yeah, we finally were able to get Vivian a pet. So Vivian, she loves any type of insect, reptile. She'll pick up a lizard and try to keep it in her room, and she would try to build habitats for ants and cockroaches.
Okay, has anybody ever seen
my
the Animaniacs and Looney Tunes? There was a little girl on there named Elmira,
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
talking about that with it, but Alaina didn't watch that when she was growing up.
I didn't
So,
know what he was talking about.
anyway,
but he
Vivian-
explained it, and it's Vivian.
Vivian's Elmira. So
Yeah, she just
I want to love
loves-
you and hug you and squeeze you
Oh,
forever
man.
and ever.
Yeah, anything she would find outside would make its way inside, and she would try to take care of it, and it would die because it's supposed to be outside. So we have been wanting to get her something, but we didn't know what. And so we decided kind of spontaneously that we would go get her a pet. And we thought about, some different options, but we finally settled on cat because cats are a lot easier to take care of. And she's still young, so we didn't want to give her the responsibility of trying to take care of a puppy and having to take it outside. So we thought, we'll just get her a kitten. So my parents were here, and we just told them, hey, we're going to go get a cat tomorrow, and we're going to surprise Vivian. So this whole video was us going to the Humane Society, and at first she didn't know what we were doing. She thought we were just at a pet store. And then we told her, oh, we're going to pick one out. And so the very first cat we saw ended up being the cat that we got, and I'll show her to you.
Oh yeah, Nala is over here resting on the couch, but
She's trying
she
to hide
shall
from the
unrest
kids.
now.
And so this is who we got.
This
This
is
is Nala.
Nala.
She's part of our family now.
Okay, and I'm
She's a good kitten.
actually the sentimental one in our family. So when I
He
made
is.
that video, I
I
cried.
was crying.
So
But she loves Nala, and Nala's a really good kitty. She lets the kids carry her around, and she sleeps on Vivian's bed, and she tolerates Pierce. Her ears slick back when he walks into the room, but she doesn't attack him or anything. So props to you, Nala. And see, she'll just sit in your lap and be loving. She's not real high maintenance. So
but yeah,
She's a
she's
good
been a
kitty.
really good addition to the family, and
yep, we love her. So.
and the kids keep her stimulated and
Yeah.
entertained. When Pierce comes, her ears go back
Yeah,
and she
so-
runs away.
yeah.
But we all do a little
She's a
bit.
good sport, though.
But the Happy Tiki says that there's 16 of us in the house and
Oh, my
19
word.
now.
That's awesome. What a party.
Okay. So are all of those
Your family?
yeah, are those
That's awesome.
are you guys having a party at your house, or is this like a normal thing for this many people to be at your house? Because that seems like a crowd of people. Don't touch it, buddy. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Good for you guys.
okay, this video we did this, and we really only expected it to get like 400 or 500 views because that's kind of like our baseline of views for like community videos. But this video about our Christmas haul, this is our second year doing this, and it got 2,100 views, and just like most of those came in just the first couple of weeks. So that was trending on our channel for a couple of weeks there. Timing probably had something to do with that, but we were...
And curiosity.
Right.
About buying all your gifts at Dollar Tree, which I don't know, we didn't explain it very well in the title, but that wasn't for like just us. Like we bought our extended families all of their gifts there too. So, you know, that's
Right.
why it was so many.
And so the whole video is about our
And for
kids
Uncle
picking
Buffalo,
out gifts for their for our relatives, and so that was a lot of fun. And Pierce's gifts were basically nonsense.
But funny. Made for a good video.
Yeah, so if you want to
Good
see
content.
what a 2-year-old picks out for Christmas, then be sure to watch that. And Vivian actually did a really good
Yeah,
job
she's a good shopper.
picking stuff out
Yep.
this year. Something else that we have been doing this year, and I didn't realize this was published later than that video, is that we've been slow crawling Magic Kingdom. And this has been a really fun experience for us as pass holders. As pass holders, we have been able to, we don't feel like when we go to the parks that we have to do everything all at once. And we've also found for toddlers and small children, that's actually not helpful anyway. Something I regret from the earlier part of like doing our channel was doing all 5 things in any one town in one day.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Because I'm natural, like I'm type A, so I'm naturally like really energetic, and I've got to
Driven.
do all the things and stuff. But we learned that a hurried child is a worried child.
Pierce.
And so at a certain point we started wondering, oh, why does our daughter seem to have anxiety? It's because like I run full blast all the time. So we've taken some time to like, we've slowed down a lot. We try to do, if we do something for an adventure, we usually do like one thing, or we've just been doing like one section of the park, or just focusing on, if we went to Epcot and we just did the holiday festival. So this far we did Liberty Square and we did Tomorrowland. And then Alaina and I went back and we did Magic Kingdom.
Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street USA, which that's not, oh yeah, here it is. We spent the entire day on Main Street USA. I don't know which section of the park has been my favorite yet. But it wasn't Frontierland. Now, it'd be interesting to ask the kids,
Yeah.
because Vivian really liked hanging out in Frontierland and Liberty Square because of Tom Sawyer Island.
Yeah, she likes Tom Sawyer.
And which, tell us in the comments if you know about Tom Sawyer Island, if you've been there. So
I think I like Tomorrowland because
yeah.
Tron's there. I like
I'm
Tron.
really interested. We're gonna do one where we spend the entire day in Fantasyland, and I'm toying with the idea of doing Storybook Circus separately, which is just like the Dumbo ride, pretty much. And then
the
there's
splash
this little
pad.
splash pad area. But I really almost think that it could work to do it, just do that one day, because there is the splash pad, and then there's that playground area for Dumbo, and really, like, our kids could spend hours and hours just in a free play space. So that was good. And then we went back to ice this year at Gaylord Palms, and I feel like we've done that several years in a row. There are a lot of things about it that we really like. But this year we decided not to spend any money.
Yeah, we kept it simple, and I liked it because I don't feel like we had to do all those extra things.
Well, we didn't spend any money on tickets. We did buy stuff. So you'll have to check out what we bought if you go back and watch that video. And then this starts transitioning us to what we want to talk about for next year. So I kind of hinted at several things along the way. But we have some content ideas for this coming year that we're really excited about. and I think this is going to be our best year ever on AikenAdventures.
Yay, let's hope so.
So, we bought Legoland passes for the kids for Christmas, and we put it in their stockings, so they were excited to see those. And so that means we're going back to Legoland, which our Legoland video, we just like bought a day ticket and went to Legoland in 2022, I think.
Yeah,
Or was it 2021?
21 because I didn't have Bub. We didn't have Bubby yet. Pierce.
So in 2021, we went to Legoland for the first time.
That was like one of the best videos we've ever made.
Yeah, and part of it was because we were trying to do all these other things, and Legoland was one of the lesser expensive parks that you can go to in Central Florida. So I thought, well, we'll buy this Groupon ticket, and we had been approved as Groupon affiliates, so we could recommend that like as a sale. Oh no, that was the Undercover Tourist affiliate link. So either way, we had finally gotten approved for like affiliate links, so we saw an opportunity to promote that. And so we went to Legoland, but we had never taken our kids to a theme park before. We had obviously been to theme parks before, but we had never been to Legoland before, and we had never taken our kid to a theme park before. And so we didn't know what to expect. So we actually went in with like a very half-cooked plan, and the day really didn't go well. So that became the inspiration for a lot of what we've covered on our channel.
It was on the tail end of COVID.
Yeah.
And I think they had been closed for a little while.
Right.
And so it was really crowded, and the restaurants weren't open. There was like one place that you could go to get food and for the entire park. And stuff wasn't open. It was a disaster. So we were frustrated on that video.
But once we finished the day, the idea came to me like, we had vlogged like the whole day, and the vlog video didn't do very well. But I turned to Alaina, I was like, okay, let's make a list of the things that we wish we had done differently today. Yeah. And we made that list, and we recorded it on the way out the park. The park was closing, and that was another one of the things is like the hours for that park are really short, so we didn't feel like we got very much done. So we thought, how would we have done this differently if we could recommend this to somebody else? We made a video about that, and that video has done really well.
Yeah.
And so we then we went back when Peppa Pig Park opened, and that video has gotten over 300,000 views. We're amazed. And I think that was another like timing thing where we got in when that park had just opened.
Yeah, and it is a pretty neat park.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we plan to, with the Legoland Pass this year, like some things that we have planned to come up, is we plan to go back to Legoland a few times throughout the year and remake that What We Wish We Knew Legoland video, because I think we have some better tips to offer now that we've been several times, and remake some other videos for Legoland and our experiences there, and share some tips with that. So come here. So here you go. And then go back to Peppa Pig Park. Mm-hmm. Also, Legoland is planning to open an aquarium this year. It's going to be a sea life aquarium, but the pass that we have allows us to go to the sea life aquarium in Orlando, which we love.
Yeah, we like that one.
So I'm really excited about the one they're opening in Winter Haven, because it would be cool to have a second one. Oh, you want to get down? Okay. All right. Go this way, though, because there are a lot of cords and wires the other way. Go that way. Behind you. There you go. And then Peppa Pig Park is, we'll head back there. Sea Life Aquarium, Madame Tussauds, and Icon Park, which leads me to one whole section of content we plan to spread throughout this year is going back to International Drive, because some of our earliest success for like in terms of views was our International Drive content. Mm-hmm. And we really enjoy International Drive, but we haven't been in a couple of years. Yeah. So when we talk about pulling back from Disney, we plan to still do Disney content, but what happened was we went from like a 1/4 mix of Disney content to like a 3/4 mix of Disney content last year. But we want to pull that back, still doing Disney stuff, but maybe going back to like 1/4 of the content is Disney content, and then 1/4 of the content being like some other theme park content, and then like the other half of our content being other travel. So getting back to our best things to do in such and such city videos, some other Florida attractions that we're interested in. Like I mentioned, the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. And so like I have a whole list of places that we want to try to check out. And also this year we want to start heading back to some places that we've been to before that Pierce has not gone to. Because the cool thing about having another child is that like
This is
we
all
can
new to him.
Yeah, and then also Vivian's a little bit older, so it would be really fun for us to go to the Kennedy Space Center again and see it through his eyes, and then she would experience it differently now. We want to go back to Gatorland as soon as we're able. Because Pierce was watching the Gatorland video, and he hasn't been there. He's like, Daddy, when are we going to that? Which Gatorland is so fun. And I would love to go back to Wild Florida again. That
Yep.
one's fun with the airboat rides. And then we bought them Fun Spot tickets, so we're going there soon. So that'll be one of the other theme park videos. Pierce is harassing the cat again.
Yeah,
It's a little boy thing, right?
He messes with Nala. We have to keep him away from Nala.
And then also this year we have another cruise planned.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're really excited about going on a cruise, and we are going on the Carnival Sunrise. And what we learned was that actually, I didn't realize this when we were like booking this, but the Carnival Sunrise used to be the Carnival Triumph, and the Carnival Triumph is known as the poop cruise. And the reason is because the Carnival Triumph had a fire in the engine room, and they got stuck in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, and they had to they were flying in supplies by helicopter, and the sewer, the lavatories were backing up into the rooms and overflowing into the hallways. And so people had to move out onto the sun deck, and they were stranded at sea for, I want to say like a couple of weeks maybe. But you can go back and kind of like look at that and relive that trauma. That's the cruise ship we're going on. It sailed as the Carnival Triumph, even after that event happened in 2013. And then the ship continued to be the Triumph until 2019, which to me seems like a horrible PR mistake.
Yeah. I would not touch that boat if it was still called the Triumph.
Yeah, so they actually sailed it over to Europe somewhere and upgraded it to like a few $1 million or something that they spent on that to upgrade it. So we're gonna kind of review it from that angle of like, what's it like now? Because I'm pretty curious. But everything I've seen makes it look like it's a pretty interesting ship to sail on. And one of the reasons that we're interested in it is that Carnival does Seuss at Sea on all of their cruise ships for small children. So I think Seuss at Sea sounds like a lot of fun. Pierce is riding his motorcycle through the house right now.
It's half dead.
So you probably hear that in the background.
Yep.
But that's something we have planned this year. And then also we have a couple of out-of-state trips that are planned, and we are going to try to work in a couple of destinations when we do that. So potentially we could be hitting up the Georgia Aquarium, which is the largest aquarium in the entire United States, and it's located in Atlanta, Georgia. And I haven't been there in a really, really long time.
Yeah, it's kind of
So, and then another one is Carowinds. We plan to swing by there. Those are the two that I think we're gonna get to do, but I am really trying to work on a way to figure out how we can make it up to like Dollywood at some
I
point.
want him to go to Dollywood so bad. I grew up going to Dollywood and Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, so I really want to take the kids up to Dollywood because that's a really fun experience.
Yeah, I have never been to Dollywood, so
It's a shame.
Yeah, but I hear it's really good. Like, I think some people have told me that they went there in the past thinking that was just going to be this janky theme park.
No, it's really nice.
But
It's got a lot of
actually,
roller coasters, and
yeah,
it's really good.
I've heard that it's done up really well. So that's kind of those are our big plans for this year. So still kind of doing the Disney content. We plan to remake a couple of the videos about like certain parks with toddlers, and then also we have a series of videos that we plan to release about like travel tips with toddlers. So road trips with toddlers, and cruising with toddlers, and flying with toddlers, and staying at hotels with toddlers. We think those are gonna be really helpful videos. But also, if things really go well with our partnership, we hope to also be making it back to like a Disney resort. And if we do that, we'll be doing some more content on packing and prepping for staying at Disney. And then also, we plan to lean into the Dollar Tree thing a little bit more too, because we think we can do some like things we would purchase at Dollar Tree for going on a cruise, things we would purchase at Dollar Tree for
just like packing videos with Dollar Tree items.
Right.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
I love me a good Dollar Tree.
So we have so those are some things that we are looking forward to producing this year. I think they're going to be a lot of fun. And over the last few summers, we've tried to lean into going to water parks during the summer months, because they're pretty relaxed and fun.
And it's hot.
Yeah. So we may reach back out to Rapids Water Park and see if they'll be willing to host us again. If because we do enjoy that park. That's been fun. There are a couple others that we'd like to try to visit, and like I said, Volcano Bay is on the radar for that. So those are some of our plans for this year. Malaya O'Neill says, "Hi everyone from St. Augustine. Can't wait to see your next adventures. Your family, including Nala, is awesome.
Yeah,
love the
awesome,
videos.
Nala.
May God bless you and your family in 2025. I hope y'all go to Dollywood."
Yay!
So
I'm really hoping we
here's
go.
the hoping. So
Yes.
another thing that we also plan to do is we plan to live stream a little more frequently this year. It's challenging for us to work out with that, because as you can see, even with us, which, this has been about an hour that we've been on, the kids are in and out, which is fine, because I know you guys really like seeing them too. And but sometimes with like Pierce attacking the cat, and them calling one another stupid.
STOOPET.
Yeah. No.
Stop.
So anyway, that gets kind of crazy. So, but we do have some live streams planned. The live streams we plan to do are going to be some live Q&As about traveling to Disney with a toddler, a live Q&A for like questions we've gotten about Margaritaville at Sea, because that has been a very popular video, and we've gotten a lot of stuff in the comment section. So we plan to address some of those.
That was good.
Yeah, that was like the best
good
thing from the whole video.
Yeah, that was
Best thing at Legoland.
Yeah. And then our like a live Q&A about Peppa Pig Park, a live Q&A about Legoland, and just some of our most popular videos and videos where we've gotten the most questions. We're going to do some live streams where we answer those questions. And so if you happen to have some of those questions, you can send those to us and know that we'll address them on the next live stream. So that's all the material we plan to cover today.
Yay, we got through a lot tonight.
Yes.
I'm so proud of us.
Yeah, I know that it was a lot of different things that we wanted to cover with going over 2024 and then looking forward to 2025, but we wanted to share those things with you, and the things that you're most excited about, we do want to hear about that in the comment section. And then once again, also be sure to connect with us on Instagram too, because we love hearing from you all, and we are really interested with these live streams and through Instagram with connecting more with those who watch our videos regularly. It's a blessing sometimes when we get to see you guys in the parks and around town and various places.
And that's a neat way to connect with you guys when you see us at parks is, a lot of you follow us on Instagram, And so then we can share pictures that we take all together and stuff, and that's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing that. So follow us on Instagram.
One of the things we found is that people watch us, and then when they see us in the park, they'll comment later like, "Oh, I saw you guys, but I didn't want to say anything."
Please do. We love when people talk to us, and we like talking to you guys. It's fun.
It's helpful for us to interact with people, with our viewers, so that we even know what things are the most helpful for you too, because I feel like that the content that we want to make is content that's actually helpful for people as they're trying to make memories with their family. So this is the thing that they do a lot right now, is discussing who's copying whom. So anyway,
it's ridiculous.
Well, anyway, I think they're tired of live streaming, so we're gonna go hang out with them, and be sure to catch us next time. Our next live stream, let me see what I have. I'll let you know when the next one is. We plan to live stream again next Thursday. And next Thursday's live stream is we're going to do a Q&A about the Margaritaville at Sea.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
so you're not going to want to miss that. And tell us which live stream you're looking forward to in the comment section too. Look forward to hearing from you.